So guys, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to flatten the top of our cake. I know we get lots of inquiries about how much cake to take off and whether you need to flatten it entirely, and sometimes people's cakes rise really flat and sometimes they rise a bit more. So I'm going to show you what we would do with this one here today. So the first thing to do is, it shouldn't really have stuck much to the edge, but we generally take it off just so that if you've got any tiny little catches or anything like that, you catch them off. And then you're going to peel down the side, and I'll peel down this one.
Oh yeah.
That's it. Perfect. Now what we also do is you take your knife, and you could just take it off the but it's better if you just run the knife round, just keep it nice and flat. It just takes it away from the bottom.
Don't cut your fingers.
Don't cut your fingers. And just check, and you can see that that's loosened off. Okay. So you can see it's got this dome on it. If we were to cut it really flat right down here, you'd lose an awful lot of cake. And because we're going to flip the cake over, it doesn't really matter. So we really only need to take this top bit off here and create a landing ground so that the cake sits flush when it goes over. If you're worried about on the other side having gaps, you just fill them in with icing, so it's not a problem at all. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're just going to come in here, and I just hold the top, and it's not really, the first one, it doesn't really matter if you get it super straight or not, because you can correct it. So these are the eating parts. And you can see that that was already pretty much enough. I know it's got a slope here, but you really don't need to worry about it.
I love this cake.
It's so good.
It's the best part.
The best part.
I'm telling you, I'll finish this by the end of this.
Then you won't have room for your birthday cake.
There we go.
I'll have plenty of room.
So that's it all flattened, and that's actually enough. So I'm going to show you it flipped over now. So now when you flip it over, you can see that you do have these curved edges. Sometimes they're cut off when you make the cake, and sometimes they just get filled in with icing. But we've really not wasted too much cake that way, and it's still got a lot of nice height about it.